In 2014, a Hollywood studio was brought to its knees, not by a rival, not by a strike, by a nation-state, over a comedy in which James Franco interviews Kim Jong-un. In my line of work, we have a term for this. The term is, oh no. This one, for once, is in my wheelhouse. Sony greenlights The Interview. A tabloid host and his producer land a sit-down with North Korea's leader, and the CIA ask them to assassinate him. Months before release, North Korea calls the film an act of war and complains, in writing, to the United Nations. When a country with actual missiles calls your comedy an act of war, you at least schedule a meeting. November 24th, 2014. Sony employees turn on their computers and find a blood-red skeleton on every screen, above a threat signed Guardians of Peace. Overnight, the studio goes analog. Paper checks, fax machines, whiteboards. Then the bleeding starts. Unreleased films dumped online. About 47,000 social security numbers. And then the part the media feasted on, the emails. As reported at the time, one producer called a major star a minimally talented, spoiled brat, and executives joked about the president's taste in movies, remarks they'd later apologize for. The hackers didn't just rob the house. They read the diary aloud, at Thanksgiving. And then it stops being funny. The Guardians of Peace threaten the theaters, invoking September 11th. Remember, they wrote, the 11th of September, 2001. The biggest theater chains in North America drop the film. Sony cancels the release. Suddenly, this is a First Amendment crisis. George Clooney circulated a petition backing Sony. By his own telling, nobody would sign it. The president, at his year-end press conference, says Sony made a mistake. And the FBI does something new. It publicly blames North Korea for a cyber attack on an American company. In about 3 weeks, we went from a movie trailer, to a data dump, to a terror threat, to the presidential podium. The ending is pure farce. Sony reverses course and puts the film out online, accidentally inventing the streaming era release. It became the most watched thing Sony had ever put online. The scorecard. Kim Jong-un, still in power. The United States, fresh sanctions, and, in 2018, charges against a North Korean operative, Park Jin-hyuk, who will never see a courtroom. And North Korea's hackers? They graduated. From wiping studios to robbing banks and crypto exchanges, allegedly more than $6 billion and counting. A dictatorship hacked a studio to stop a comedy, and everyone watched it anyway. This concludes the only international incident where the getaway car was a Seth Rogen film. Next time on the Diplomatic Beaver.